Meanwhile, Kazakh national patriots threatened the authorities with a repeat of Kyrgyzstan's clashes. Last weekend, the Congress of the country's nationalists was held in Almaty, dedicated to the open discussion of the current situation in Kazakhstan.
On April 25th, the nationwide assembly known as Kurultay was held in Almaty. The event was initiated by national patriots who decided that it is time to strengthen the nation's unity. The agenda consisted of many issues, including the equality among Kazakhs of all social classes, role of the state language, and overcoming of political indifferences. The absence of foreign delegates was explained as the issue of setting priorities.
We wanted to set up a dialogue within the country first. There are numerous public organizations, movements and parties all across the country. We simply choose the easiest way of getting representatives of all of them together.
In total, about 500 people took part in the Kurultay and spoke open about many burning issues. For instance, Hasan Kojakhmet threatened the authorities with a domestic repeat of the recent uprising in Kyrgyzstan. This can be avoided if Kazakhstan will exit the customs union until July 2nd. Otherwise, mass protest actions will engulf the country.
Nazarbayev cannot remain in power forever. We will hold legitimate elections and he can run for the chair too, if he wants to.
The topic of the national identity was raised many times. According to the organizers, Kazakhs have to unite if they want to create a state-forming nation.
It is essential to create an alliance of national patriots which would solve global issues. Also, a program of national development should be created and then accepted by the government.
The final manifesto lists numerous demands and objectives, including the liberation from Russian information colonization, giving land to the people and consolidation of religion. National patriots urge everyone to follow Islamic canons and free Kazakhstan from all missionaries. Furthermore, the participants concluded that Kazakhstan should be eventually renamed into Kazakh state.
At the same time, sociologists draw a quite prosperous picture of Kazakhstan's realities. According to the Strategy Foundation's data, about 70% of the population considers the situation in the country problem-free and stable, yet not everyone agrees with such assessments.
According to the recent research of the Sociology Center Strategy, 2/3 of all Kazakh citizens are quite satisfied with their lives. The remaining third views the situation as unstable, while only a vocal few say that a social explosion is inevitable. Sociologist Gulmira Ilyaova explains the findings by the stream of positive news on the national television, as well as relative stabilization of the post-crisis period. The well-being in the country is judged by such indicators as timely salary payments and raise of baseline estimates. Respondents estimate their financial situation and satisfactions with life in comparison to the past, when life was much worse. The leader of the movement, Talmas Aynur Kurmanov, disagrees with these findings. He monitors all actions, pickets and rallies and is sure that the spirit of protests is growing in Kazakhstan. Almaty alone features numerous sanctioned and banned rallies on the weekly basis.
These results do not reflect the real picture at all. On the contrary, the real issues are being covered up, forcing the people's growing discontent to take new hidden forms.
Kurmanov points out that the sociological research was done in March, the month that saw the strike of oilfield workers in Zhanaozen, rallies of activists from the movement Leave Housing to People and protest actions of national patriots. It is clear that Kazakh citizens are putting more efforts to protection of their rights. Now it is possible for a protest to last several weeks. Kurmanov says that in the next 6 months the number of rallies will only increase, which will inevitably change the figures of social researchers.
40% of Kazakhstan citizens are unhappy with the work of public service centers, reported a USAID representative during the cabinet's conference call on Monday. In response, Prime Minister Karim Masimov asked to set up a working group to deal with the situation.
On Monday, during the government conference hall, Justice Minister Rashid Tusubeko was severely criticized by the USAID representative Sergei Pizikov for the poor work of Kazakh public service centers. In just a few months, the level of public trust towards the local authorities has dropped drastically, while 40% of all Kazakh citizens expressed their dissatisfaction with the center's work.
There are numerous problems here, like low salaries of public services employees that lead to the low degree of responsibility. They also lack proper professional education, and there are simply not enough of them as well.
There are 335 service centers in the country where employees are paid slightly more than $150 per month. a paltry amount which explains the understaffing. In addition, only about 20 out of the promoted 65 services are being actually provided by the centers. Would you be able to survive on a $160 salary?
Let's not compare. I do admit that the salaries are low. We must raise this issue.
Unfortunately, the salary issue was not raised by the minister during the conference call. He was busy asking Prime Minister Karim Massima for the additional $100 million needed to implement the campaign on the introduction of individual identification numbers. In response, the Premier postponed the subsequent discussion until Wednesday and also asked to set up a working group led by the Justice Minister, which should propose the ways to improve the situation with public service centers until June 1st.
Three Kazakh banks, Alliance, BTA and Timir, as well as the company BTA Mortgage, announced the adoption of common standards in their work with clients who have problems with paying their mortgages. Financial institutions intend to slow down the growing discontent among the insolvent borrowers by offering several solutions. The first is the restructuring of mortgage loans with the decrease of monthly payment to 10% of the current amount. In addition, there is a mechanism of actually renting the mortgaged housing. This way, the bank will buy out the housing at market value and then lease it to the mortgage borrower for 2 years, with rent payments covering the credit. The third solution is the possibility to reduce the rates of remuneration. According to financiers, decision on each case will be made individually.
Different banks have different money values. Some can afford these interest payments, while others cannot. I always say that we should work individually with every borrower. Some money process cannot be explained in simple terms.
These were all the latest news from Kazakhstan. Thank you for staying with us and goodbye.